There were the difficulties, but it's part of life. I was born on March the 6th, 1946. My mom didn't feel comfortable going to the hospital in Milford, and Dover was quite a ways away. She decided to go up to Philadelphia to give birth, and brought me back here to Harrington, Delaware. One of the earliest things I remember her ever saying to me, I was a kid, her saying, "You're going to college." My dad, he was a scholar. He spoke Latin and Greek, and he loved Shakespeare. So they believed in learning, both of them. Our home was literally on the border between the black community and the white community. If you would step out our front porch and look to the left, it was all black people living there. And if I would look to the right, they were all white people there. And the two did not mix. It was like living in two towns, really, living in two separate towns. There was a little boy who lived up the street from where we lived. A little white kid my age. He would come down and play with me before we began school, and had a wonderful time together. Well, one day, just as we were about to begin first grade, he knocks on the front door, and he tells me that he can't play with me anymore because I'm black. And he turns around and walks away. And it broke my heart. I got the sense, too, that he wasn't all that glad about the development either, but he was committed to it. In the first grade, I went to a school here in town. It was at the time called Pierre S. DuPont High School. Second and third grade, I went to school with my mom. It was a colored school outside of Frederica, two-room school. She taught first, second, and third grades, ended up grades 2 through 6 at that school. Then we come time for junior high school. The school here in Harrington, of course, is still segregated, and we would be driven to Dover. Booker T. Washington Junior High School for colored students, grades 7 and 8. And then there was a William W. M. Henry High School for colored students, right across the yard. My mom never missed a PTA meeting. She would ask, "How is he doing? Where is he now?" She wanted to make absolutely sure that I would be in that academic track. I was in the concert band and the marching band, track and field. I was in the choir. Here in Harrington, the church was a pillar for us. The church and the Boy Scouts. Mr. Charlie Murray, he became our Boy Scout master for Troop 118. Would walk us on these hikes to Macaulay's Pond, to Killen's Pond, would sit us down, set up tents, would sit around a campfire for the evening. And he stressed those principles too. And for the first time, when there was a parade through town, through Harrington here, he contacted someone, got us colored boys in our Boy Scout suits, and we paraded up Commerce Street. Since the 7th grade, I had been bused up to Dover. Word comes out near the end of my 11th grade that Harrington High School was going to become integrated. I filled out the paperwork and submitted it. One summer evening, there's a knock on our front door, 23 Miss Pillion Street. I go out, open it up, and here's this gentleman standing there. And he says, "I'd like to speak to your mother." She came out, says hello. And he says, "Mrs. Tildon, I'm a guidance counselor at Harrington High School, the principal has asked me to come and speak with you. We have received your son's paperwork indicating his intention to attend Harrington High School in the fall. We must advise you that we cannot guarantee your son's safety if he comes. And he doffs his hat and walks off the porch and walks away. She's not looking at me, she's just looking off for a moment. And she looks at me and tells me, relates to me what he said. And then she says, Ralph, perhaps it's better that you complete your high school experience at William Henry. And when I reflect, what are the chances that I would have gotten to attend Delaware Boys State, elected vice president of the class? Not very high. And these, of course, were things which strengthened my academic record, leadership and that sort of thing, to ultimately get into the military academy.